All right, so in case you missed it yesterday, two of the larger streamers on Kick were both banned due to, let's say, less than ethical or legal activity, allegedly. So these two dudes, Heel Mike and John Zerka, who I don't know how they got famous, why they're famous. I don't understand how most of the big IRL streamers are famous, to be honest. All I know about Zerka is he's got a lot of really disturbing tweets about people who are underage. This Heel Mike guy I know nothing about, but just looking at him, I can basically assume all I need to about him, right? Usually you can judge a book by its cover in some situations. That being said, they got caught up with some girls that were underage, allegedly. There's a lot of controversy about whether or not they knew it, about whether or not the age of consent was 16 or 18 due to the fact that they were in Florida. It's a big mess. Well, inevitably, it led to both them getting banned off of Kick, which is funny because to get banned off Kick, you got to be really degenerate. I always say Kick is like white trash Twitch, right? Kick tends to be a little bit more forgiving with breaking TOS and all sorts of disturbing crap that goes on there. So that being said, not a whole lot has been circulating around on Twitter, online about this. There's a few articles about these guys. Nobody's really like freaking out on Twitter, despite the fact that both these guys, from what I can tell, are pretty well disliked. But the guy who is getting kicked around and raked over the coals today is Nickmercs. Nickmercs, who's having articles like this written about him, saying that he's gone viral with another round of transphobic comments. And if you want to know why this says another round, this time last year, so during Pride Month again, he had a Call of Duty skin get removed from the game because he's a big Call of Duty streamer. He's one of the top Call of Duty streamers, or at least he has been in the last few years in the entire industry of streaming, right? And so he had his skin get removed due to a, quote, anti-LGBTQ tweet. The tweet in question was very mundane. So you had this school board meeting going on here, and you had demonstrators outside who were protesting the pride teaching and the LGBTQ indoctrination going on in schools, to which he then responded, "They should leave little children alone, that's the real issue." And again, they claimed that he was using talking points of far-right conservatives, trying to disparage trans people, when the reality is he was saying, I'm a parent. As a parent, I think it's wrong for these people to actually try to teach this stuff to kids. Just let them be kids. Very mundane tweet, but that led to him having his skin removed by Call of Duty. And of course, Tim the Tapman, a fellow streamer, came out and said, if you're going to remove his, remove mine. I'm not going to stick up for this. You guys got to do right and put his skin back in the game. Well, to my knowledge, they never have. So that being said, now what we have is them saying that he's transphobic because of his statements that he's made recently. So we're going to go play that clip right now, and you can see that they had it right here. We'll just go ahead and play it.
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people. That's something that you created. So have fun with your little dreamland, but that shit's not even real. Let me break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl, done. Come in here with that fucking trans.
Now, again, you can have your own opinion on whether or not somebody should transition, about whether or not it's a good decision, medically valid, whether or not these people are being taken advantage of by a predatory medical system, which is more the side I fall under. A lot of times what you'll notice is that tends to be a strong correlation between people who are either self-diagnosed or diagnosed as autistic or having other underlying conditions, who are also gender fluid, non-binary, transgender, pansexual, all these different things that they've invented for themselves, so that you have this giant umbrella for the alphabet mafia, where basically you can be anything that you want to come up with, and you all fall under the same umbrella, the same category of people. So Nickmercs is somebody who is now, again, he's a parent, he has kids, he is looking at it going, I don't want people trying to push this crap on my kids, and I applaud him for that, because I know nothing else about the man as far as like his own personal lifestyle, the things that he chooses to do in his off time. I don't care about that. That's a topic for a different day. What I'm talking about now is a man getting attacked over mundane statements that the majority of people on this planet agree with. So you have people like this guy, Ace Trainer Liam, coming out saying to deny the existence of trans people is literal hate speech. First off, hate speech is fake. He goes, Nickmercs is straight up spouting hate speech here. Will Twitch uphold their own community guidelines? Doubtful. Trans people are humans. Trans rights are human rights. F bigotry. People are humans. Humans have rights. Humans have human rights. Again, you do not have to believe that transgender people are a thing. So I responded and said, hate speech is fake, like being transgender. And again, I'm not denying the existence of people who either have gender dysphoria or who are born believing or being indoctrinated to believe that they're the wrong gender. But I do not believe medical transition is the answer for it. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not going to sit here and give you advice. Go talk to your doctor and make that decision for yourself. As long as you're 18 and you can consent, do whatever you want to. But that doesn't mean that anybody else has to believe it. So, of course, in response to that, you have totally normal people like this guy here, Dicey, whose post actually got taken down for violating X's rules, where he posted a picture of a gentleman with a very long rifle, basically telling me I should do something to myself to no longer be on this planet. And this person here said, you still should. The world would be better without you. So the dancer here on Twitter, the person who said that, also said, can we euthanize this B word talking about Nickmercs? These are the people who are coming after him, people who legitimately want him or anybody who agrees with him off of this planet, at the same time while saying that trans people are in danger and they're the ones being attacked. So of course, Nickmercs came out and responded, and here's his response.
People that disagree and people that agree, I don't care about the percentages or the cuts or whatever. It doesn't bother me. You know, I feel a certain way about all that. And I've said my piece, and I will remind these fucking people that, again, the little dream fantasy bullshit that they're living in is not real life. And not everybody has to dance to their tune. That's not how that works. You don't get to go around and point your finger in people's chests and say, hey, you live in my world. You think the way that I think. You believe the way that I believe. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. It never has been, and it never will be. So if you guys want to live like that, go ahead. Do what you want to do. Not me. And I don't need people to agree with me. I don't need no echo chamber bullshit. This is the way that my wife and I feel. This is the way that my family feels, the people that are closest to me. And we're going to speak our fucking piece. And that's it. And it might be a thing that goes around, you know. Like, look, it's June. I get it, man. Everybody's like, woo. I mean, I don't fucking care.
And I think that's how most of us feel. Like, every time that this month comes around, and this is the worst part, my wife and I share a birthday this month. There's Father's Day this month. I have a brother who has a birthday this month. I have nieces and nephews that have birthday this month. All you see with all the corporate advertising, all the crap that you see online, and all the virtue signaling of the video game industry and Hollywood and music, everything is about the LGBTQ in this month. And so you have people like this Desk Pop Dave saying, I tweeted about Nickmercs being hateful on my personal Twitter account. I immediately got this DM from him. I've lost all respect for a man who I thought was a good dude. And you can see his allegedly Nickmercs response to him. I don't know if this is real or not, but I find it funny. Not going to lie. This gal Marie, LMAO, and you bitches were trying to tell us that this last time wasn't a dog whistle. F this homophobic piece of crap, Nickmercs. And if y'all still enable him, F y'all too. Okay? Again, going after Nickmercs for having an opinion about pronouns in the bio, which I think we all find to be cringe and horrible. Absolutely, embarrassing for anybody in humanity. This gal here, Dejari, saying, Nickmercs is such a stupid, bigoted C-word. Trans people have existed long before he sadly slid out into this world. This is the most effing asinine take ever. And then, of course, you have this other person saying, tweeting about Nickmercs in a negative manner is the fastest way to gather a group of homophobic men with receding hairlines. I'll admit, I've got a receding hairline. Most heterosexual, straight men over a certain age will. I hate to tell you. This guy, Shah Madrid, saying, peace and love, Nickmercs. Thank God 100 Thieves effed him over. Big fan of 100 Thieves now. Again, these people are just praying for his downfall. They're praying for harm to come to him. They want to see him punished for disagreeing with them. That's how these people all are. That's why I call them the Alphabet Mafia. Nickmercs is once again talking shit to the entire LGBTQ community. Don't show bro the Pride Month camos in Call of Duty. He will lose it. And then, of course, people are actually, pushing back, pointing out to this person, Dejari here, saying, here it is, the sum of your entire argument and the epitome of your entire movement. Someone speaks up about the fact that these children are underage, literally considered too young to smoke a cigarette or drink alcohol, but old enough to alter their bodies forever, to make an irreversible change that was the idea of an adult, a change that would mutilate their bodies and potentially be the end of their bloodlines, a change that turns out is often deeply regretted, and this is what they get. And he's talking about this tweet to this Dejari chick, saying, I actually think he's targeting the trans people who push these ideas on underage kids, making permanent changes to their body. To which she responded, shut the F up. That's the level of conversation, the extent of the conversation these people are going to have. This guy Sergio says, this coming from a content creator whose community motto is peace and love. Reminder that most of these creators don't mean anything with their words. Fake positivity to hide the hatred they have for marginalized groups in this space. Nick responds and say, nothing fake about it. These are interesting times. The flag doesn't mean what it used to. Live and let live is all cool until you're pushing dangerous ideologies onto children and forcing them down people's throats in the workplace. Wake up. And I think, again, what most people don't realize is this isn't some grift. He's not going to get more money and more fame and more notoriety by doing this. In fact, he's risking a lot more than he will gain. But most people who are average run-of-the-mill people who are just living their daily lives, who are going, day by day, paying their bills and raising their kids and their, taking care of their families, this is how they feel. They're sick and tired of this agenda being pushed on the entire Western world. And eventually they're going to say enough is enough and they're going to speak out about it. So I just hope that there's more people who are just going to come out and say, yeah, we're not doing the Pride Month crap. Do what you want to, leave kids alone, but we're done celebrating it. But I'm going to leave it right there. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and I will catch you later. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.